Yo, what is up, Fit Fam? This is Coach Cam. We are back again with a lower body workout, but I start off this workout with dumbbell lateral raises. This exercise is here to target the lateral head of your delts, of your shoulders. And once again, as I usually state, this is not about how many repetitions you perform. Your muscles don't know what a rep is. A rep is a made-up idea of measuring movement of a weight, but we're not here to move weight. You're not a weight mover, you're a muscle contractor, okay? So you are contracting your shoulders using the exercise of lateral raises, and the tool you're using here is a set of dumbbells. 15 pounds each hand, moving with a lot of control, no momentum, no accelerating the weight. When you do that, you lose tension on the muscle. You might initiate the weight moving if you move it fast, but the rest of that motion was just carried by the acceleration of the initial force. So this, every ounce of movement is brought forth by my muscles contracting to make it happen. And then you get a bit of a break when you lower the weight down, because it's easier to lower than it is to raise the weight. That was the last full rep that I got. Went for another one. Made progress on this by 1 rep. Next here is quad extensions. At first, after this exercise was over, I thought, I didn't make any progress. I hit the same reps for the same time. But then I remembered, wait, I put a 2.5 pound plate on the stack. So that is progress. I actually went up by 2.5 pounds. So I did some math with this, and if I actually sustained the same rate of progress, if I increased by 2.5 pounds every 2 weeks for an entire year, that's 65 pounds. That would take my quad extension from 135 pounds up to 200 pounds. So even when progress seems small, if you were to sustain that same rate of progress over time, it would amount to really large gains, right? So I'm going to keep pushing this exercise. This took me 1 minute and 40 seconds. Much longer than most people's sets in the gym, right? So if you're trying to compare what you do or what other people do to what I'm doing, it's apples to oranges, right? This is how I can get away with doing 1 set, because the set is as intense as possible with a moderate weight for as long as I can possibly continue to contract my muscles. You can see on my face, you can see how intense this is. This is me attempting another rep, could barely even move it. That was muscle failure. So if your failure doesn't look like that, I question if you really did the most you could with that given exercise. I rest a couple minutes, I set up for squats, and then I go right into it. I pick kind of a medium stance here with my feet. This is not super narrow, but it's not wide either. I'm not trying to get as many reps as possible. I'm thinking about the quality of muscle contractions during this exercise. Trying to be stable, don't want to get any injuries. Don't want a low back injury, anything like that. Keep the safeties on either side of the rack right where you're going to fail, right where the lowest point you would go in your squat, so that you can safely exit the exercise once you do reach failure. Unless you have a partner that's there to pick you back up or spot you. But I train alone, so there's nobody here, just me. Keep performing repetitions, slow and controlled. Obviously, with a squat, there's a bit of a sticking point when you're down deep in the hole there. It takes more muscle force to come out of that hole than the rest of the range of motion. So when I hit failure on this, it kind of doesn't look like failure. right there. So I tried to push back up, didn't go, came back down. So my legs were completely fried after that. Honestly, my legs were a little tired during this whole workout because of went to the beach Friday evening, a few days before this, and had to pull the wagon of all the chairs and stuff. Pulled it like 200 yards through thick sand, so my legs were a little bit pumped early on in this workout from such pre-fatigue. Anyway, here with hamstring curls. The strength curve on this is pretty interesting. As I curl the weight upward, it gets harder. And then as I extend my legs back down here, it's so much easier. There's a lot less tension on the muscle. So just keep that in mind. That's why sometimes I track half reps instead of just full reps. I track time. I track the weight I use. You want numbers, right? Because I get one shot at this. I'm doing one set, and then I won't see this exercise or any of these for this whole workout. I won't see them for 2 weeks because that's how much recovery time I'm taking to let the muscles recover due to my active lifestyle and the intensity at which I train. A lot of people, when they start training, they immediately start doing multiple sets, right? Everyone thinks that if they do more sets, they'll get more growth, they'll get more progress faster, which is not true. It's only true if your sets are not very stimulating, right? If you're leaving reps in the tank, leaving effort on the table, then yeah, you'll get more if you did it again and dug a little deeper, right? Created more muscle fatigue. Instead, I prefer to go as hard as possible in one long set. Here is calf raises. Progressed on this as well by 5 seconds. It took me 1:48 to hit failure. So definitely adding weight next time, which I'm pumped about. This workout, I progressed on every single exercise. I'm going to post it here toward the end of the video. Screenshot of the progress from last time. But this is a simple workout, and this is what's so beautiful about whatever you want to call this, strength training, bodybuilding. It's skeletal muscle contractions for adaptations. Whatever you want to coin training your muscles, it's productive and it's beneficial for you, and you want to see adaptations, which is what's happening when you rest and then wait until you perform your next workout and you see that you've made progress. How do you know that you've made progress if you're not tracking what you're doing? And if you're not making progress, then you should question either how hard are you training, or how often are you training, or how much training are you doing, because those are all three going to affect the rate of progress that you make. So a lot of people will make progress with multiple sets for a long period of time up until the weight starts getting too heavy, or they just get too fatigued, right? Because your ability to handle fatigue does not increase very much from training. But the stresses, however, increase greatly as you double and triple the amount of weight you're using. Post-workout flex here, 168 pounds, 5'7". I'm going to go ahead and here and show you the progress I made. So as you can see, I increased on either reps, weight, or time for every single exercise, which is a really good sign. So I'm going to stick with this split for now. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Please like, share, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.